What's up, fight fans? What's going on out there, man? It's the homie, Mainman in the building. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, man. Going down. You know what I'm saying? Been chilling, fight fans. Been just playing it low key all week. You know what I'm saying? Ain't been up on here all week since the last video, man. Salute to everybody out there, man, and salute to everybody that signed up too, man. The newcomers, man. Um, I just been taking my time this week, fight fans, because it hit me like this coronavirus quarantine time. This is a time for us to just sit down. You know what I mean? I was thinking like I'm the kind of person people always got to come to me and say, "Yo, man, sit down, man, sit down, take some time, rest, use this time." I'm that guy. So that's exactly what I'm doing, man. At first, when this coronavirus stuff started all out, I was ripping and running and trying to keep my businesses going and doing all this movement and still ripping it, just kind of sliding around the police, keep my mad. I was like, you know what, man? When the last time a damn pandemic ever happened? I'm like, never. When the last time we actually going to have a like almost, I ain't gonna say a vacation because some of us ain't getting paid, but when the last time that we actually gonna have an opportunity to stay our asses home? You know what I'm saying? What's up, bud? Yeah, I'm up early, man. 8:30 live from the DMV out here. Out here in the DMV, we got the worst traffic in America. Well, probably the second worst next to LA in New York, but some of the worst traffic ever. Man, all that shit gone right now, man. Take some time to sit your ass down. And that's exactly what I'm doing, man. So for this particular episode, man, what we're going to do is we're going to do a mailbag episode where I usually just go into the comment section, kind of pull out comments from various videos, and we'll do it that way. We've pretty much talked about everything that's going on in boxing right now, man. Every major story, we've already hit it. Every major thing, there's some things we could talk about, other little stories kind of lingering around, but nothing that really interests me too much. So I'm gonna take some time off. But one story I do want to get out there and talk about is this Triple G story, and that is the one where Gennady Golovkin now has came out to the public and told everybody that he is not, or should I say, Gennady Golovkin's trainer has came out and told everybody that they are not prepared to face Canelo Alvarez in September. They will go forward with the Camille Zerameta fight and then pivot around to Canelo Alvarez when that is done. According to what's his name, Jonathan Banks, the trainer of Gennady Golovkin, he's saying that no, we got things that we were doing, and just because Canelo is ready right now, don't mean that we're going to stop doing what we're doing now. And that's paraphrasing. That throws me for a little bit of a loop. I understand if you're a boxing aficionado, if you look at the sport in the right way, the first thing you say is, well, man, the guy's in his high 30s. He's been laid off for a while. His last performance didn't look too good. He got injured, I think, also in his last fight or training camp or something like that. So, of course, he should take some time, and given that he's been out of the ring for so long. He's an older fighter with a lot of miles on him, might I add. So you may think that way, but then on the flip tip, it's like, yo, Gennady Golovkin went out of his way to get this fight with Canelo Alvarez. I mean, went way out of his way. First thing he did was, let's go all the way back to when he vacated his IBF title. When Sergey Deryevchenko, the guy who he fought and struggled with in his last fight, presented him with a fight a year or so ago. And Gennady Golovkin, since he didn't want to mess the Canelo fight up, and I think this was his IBF mandatory, he just vacated the belt. He was willing to vacate a belt to not mess the Canelo fight up. Then when you go a little further down the line, well, after them two have already fought, Canelo is going on about his life. He's going up to 75. He's going up to 68. He's talking to all of these names. So what does Gennady Golovkin do? He calls up the head suit and say, yo, John Skipper, what the hell is going on, man? I signed up with y'all on the premise of a Canelo fight. I want my fight. So what does John Skipper do? He get on the first thing smoking, flies to San Diego to sit down with Canelo, and then gives Canelo a 3-fight plan. Because DAZN, the network that both of them fight for, has to sign off on his fights before they okay to go. And so John Skipper say, yo, man, your the next 3 fights are going to be Billy Joe Saunders. We'll give you that. Gennady Golovkin, and then the Murata fight, Ryota Murata. Those were the 3 fights set up for Canelo by Gennady Golovkin. So for Gennady Golovkin to go through all of that And then the coronavirus happened right after that, so everything stopped. For Gennady Golovkin's like, oh, no. Because Canelo had a 3-fight plan, and Gennady Golovkin worked out a plan. Well, I'll go and face Camille Zarameda, even though everybody want to see him face Demetrius Andrade. Or everybody want to see him face Jamal Charlo. I'll go and face Zarameda. And then afterwards, I'll face Canelo. Well, coronavirus happened, so Canelo may have lost his Billy Joe Saunders fight, and Triple G may have lost his Zarameda fight. So they're like, hey, let's go right into our fight. Triple G like, hell nah. I'm doing what I want to do. I already got the word of John Skipper. Now you ain't going nowhere. And that's what I think it is right there. Gennady Golovkin is effectively cozied up. You know what I'm saying? Cozied up to the boss. And now he getting anything he wants. He got a fat deal, $100 million deal. Ain't really fought the top competition. He got stock options in the zone. He got it all. You know what I mean? And now he ran to the head suit and told the head suit, I want the Canelo fight. Now that this happened, now Canelo has to wait. Why the fuck does Gennady Golovkin get this all-time great treatment? It's crazy. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, my thing is this, though, man. Like, Gennady Golovkin shouldn't be calling no shots in this situation because for what? I mean, you lost twice, bro. I mean, you didn't win in 2 fights. Most importantly, Canelo, granted, he hasn't been facing the best fighters at these higher weight classes. The fact is, he's still fighting better competition than Gennady Golovkin is. And Gennady Golovkin struggling with Sergey Deryevchenko, welcoming fights with Camille Zarameda. You know, I forgot the other guy he fought before that. Like, this dude he's wasting time. He's just wasting time to the Canelo fight. But why put this Camille fight in front of the Canelo fight if you want it so bad? I don't know. It just baffles the mind, fight fans. It baffles the mind. So now with this situation, it looking like it's going to be put on hold. Canelo may end up going into his Billy Joe Saunders fight. Gennady Golovkin will end up going into that Zarameda fight. And they may end up meeting next May. Maybe that's what it wanted to be. Now, DAZN situation, I seen an article based on this. DAZN situation is a bit dire. So I'm honestly a little shocked that they are allowing, if they will allow this to happen, because everybody knows with the coronavirus situation going on, you know, boxing has probably took a major financial hit. We all know that the news that came out before the coronavirus was that DAZN was spending money of 90 going north. I mean, 90 going north. You know what I mean? They were buying sports rights all around the world to show these different sports in different countries. They were investing hundreds of millions of dollars. And a lot of people know that they ain't been getting much of a return on that. So here we are at a point where the coronavirus has stalled boxing. And now one of the biggest fights in boxing, Canelo and Triple G. Triple G is like, yo, I'm not ready to do it now. How does DAZN feel about that, though? They got to make some money. They've been bleeding money. I mean, hundreds of millions of dollars. They got to make some money. It's fights like this that they need like yesterday. Now, not to mention a real big significance about this fight is that we know DAZN just ushered their deal to splash into the UK. With competitors like Sky Sports and BT Sports, DAZN is going to have to make a big splash. The original splash was Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders going on in the UK. That was going to be the one big splash. Now they need another one. So I guess I don't know if they're going to go with the Billy Joe Saunders thing and still stick it with the UK, but I think they would love it more if they can have Gennady Golovkin and Canelo 3 to make that big splash into the UK. I'm just saying. Let's move on to the Mailbags, fight fans. Let's get on to something good, man. So y'all see the title, right? We're going to talk some Mailbags. Now, the subscribers of the channel are the ones that are going to make this show. So let's get right in with no further ado. Let me see what y'all been talking about. I see Bud up in here this morning, and I see Bud just left a comment, man. I asked a question. I left a post, and it said, is Wilder America's last chance in the heavyweight division? In which Bud came back, salute, Bud. Bud says, Wilder is ass. Fury knocks him out quicker than 7 rounds next time. Then his career is over. They really need to build him back up. All of these excuses I've heard, I can only imagine what his fangirls are going to say when Fury stops him in round 2. And I'm gonna stop there. Now, normally when I do these, I usually have the quotes on the screen, but we're gonna have to do it like this for the day, fight fans. All right, but you're giving up too easy, man. You're giving up too easy, bud. See, this is exactly how a lot of the British fans spoke when Anthony Joshua lost. When Joshua lost, it was Andy Ruiz's style is all wrong for him. It's all wrong, man. His hands are too fast. This was too much like that. That was his footwork. Joshua's style, he's just too bulky. He's too clunky. It doesn't work. I was here. And I was like, no. It was one lucky punch. It was one lucky punch. It was one bad night. No, man. He flopped all around the ring in rounds 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, true. But he got hit with a temple shot. Have we ever seen as much criticism as I put on AJ? I've never seen him fight that bad. I wasn't really ready to jump out the window. But look at y'all. One bad night from Wilder. And everybody's jumping out the window. Everybody like, oh, yeah, he's no way. No, America's done. They have no chance. One bad night. One. No, you got all of these title defenses you can look at. You got his rise to the title you can look at. But you take one bad night and say Wilder is through. I ain't going that far, fam. I ain't do that on AJ, and I'm damn sure ain't doing that for Deontay Wilder. Salute, Miss Boxing. Good morning to you, family. Good morning. Good morning, Silver Salomo in the building. What's up? All right, let's keep it going. On the same question I asked, is Deontay Wilder basically America's final hope? And Bang for Buck comes back and says, yeah, you're going to need more than him if America wants that belt back. Now, that is the one question that I really wanted to elaborate on, because who else is there? And this goes to my Americans right here, man. I've already spoke to y'all about this. This goes to my Americans, you know what I'm saying? Oh, good morning to the homie Trill. Good morning, Black Fight Fan in the building in the super chat. Much love, main man, in your own honest opinion. Does the zone make it out of this COVID-19? Great question, fam. Wow, great question. I think they do. And the only reason I think they do is because of how much money that they're playing with. You know what I mean? Bro, we spoke about this not too long ago, and that is when you compare the money that they're actually paying the fighters to compare to how much that they're paying for acquiring sports rights, it's like a 10-to-1 difference. You know what I mean? They're paying hundreds of millions of dollars at a time in each country to go and lay down money for these sports rights. Now, they're laying down a lot of money. I don't know how much they're going to get back. We covered the story due to the fact that these games or these fights are not actually happening. You know what I'm saying? But the fact is they got a lot of money to play with, fam. And the reason I think that they will sustain it is because the level of money that they have. How long? I don't know. I think it will deplete them a lot. I think it may make it harder for them to go forward. But I think given that their war chest is so big, fam, they can do it. You know what I mean? They can last. They're not like, say, a HBO or Showtime. You know what I mean? Like, they got a lot of other. They have a humongous budget, man. They got a war chest so big where that will get them through it. Now, how strong will they be on the other side? That's something I don't know. Salute to the trio, man. All day, nothing but love from boys. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's keep it pushing, man. Devin Haney. Speaking of the trio, Devin Haney apologizes for the term and not intentions. Let's deal with some of them comments. DK9 says it ain't even racist. I don't give a fuck what he said, really. When I heard it, I didn't even look at it twice. That's how little it bothered me. I agree with you, bro. I didn't even really want to talk about it. To be honest with you, the reason I did is mainly because of the corporate media and what they're trying to do, creators, especially to the legends of the game. And we ain't going for it. And We just not, some of us here just not having that, bro. You know what I mean? I didn't find what he said to be not even nowhere near eye-opening by far. But there is a soft culture out there. I call it the soft culture. There's a soft culture out there that every little thing offends them. I got neighbors like that. You know what I mean? They make me sick. You know what I'm saying? Soft culture ass people, you know what I mean? Oh, why, when you cross the street, you didn't look both ways. That just offends all the buses out here in the street. Man, shut the fuck up, you know what I'm saying? Every little thing, you know what I mean? Oh, you can't speak like that because you know how people want. Bro, I was at a job one time, real spill. I was on this job one time and I'm having a conversation with somebody, right? And the conversation, we just having a general conversation. And I think he had just left the airport. And so he was describing to me like all that he had went through with the TSA people scanning them. And so he was like, yeah, man, I had my girl with me, man. They went all through, they scanning her, man, and they go all through her titties and everything. The person walking past just heard the word titties. They ain't hear nothing else. They just heard titties. They just overheard us, two workers on the job, and somebody said titties. Well, needless to say, emails flew around the whole world. Oh my God, these two workers that was standing down in that lobby, they said, oh my God, they said titty. It was like, it went around to every boss, every big person, all that just to come to someone come down and you just say, well, you can't say that. Man, that made my head want to explode. And that's what this is. Soft culture. And I'm sick of it, man. This wasn't racist by far. Y'all know it wasn't racist. Now, there was one thing I wanted to deal with, man. Hold on. He say, Simbath Long says, I agree. He is not a racist, but he needs to watch what he say in the media and doing interviews. We do not need to make one race more superior than another. That's stupid. And now he's just having a target on his back. We are trying to unite. This little comment he said is dividing race. That's the problem, main man. Now, to Simbath Lang, I say to you, just because I uplift my race, does that mean I'm tearing down yours? That is the question. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't want to go too far into this, but if a man is uplifting his race, does not mean he's trying to cause division or does not mean that he is trying to denounce another race. You dig? That's not what this was. This was in the spirit of competitiveness. Now, let me speak on this real quick. There's a difference, Simbath. There's a difference. For example, I'm from the hood, right? I'm as hood as it gets. I'm gully. There's cats in the community that's cool with Mexicans or say Puerto Ricans saying the N-word, right? Which for most black people, it don't usually offend them because it's just a thing. You know, they've been through some of the things we've been through. It's a kinship, long as it's coming from a genuine place. You know what I'm saying? Remember about a year or two ago, when Angel Garcia came out saying the N-word heavy. And black folks were the ones that came to Angel's aid for the most part. Like, nah, he ain't racist, man. We know what this means. It's like this, it's like that, it's like this. And I was here like, hold the fuck up. That was racist. And people were like, nah, man, you know how it is. Yeah, I do know how it is. But that ain't where it came from him. That ain't where it came from Angel. When I heard him talking about Bud, calling him nappy head, and when I heard all the stuff that he said and how many times he said it, not to mention the vigor that he said it with, I say, nah, that ain't that. I know what y'all talking about, but that ain't that. Because it came from another place. You feel me? And in Devin Haney's case, do I believe his comments came from the same place that Angel Garcia's comments came from? Absolutely not. I think Devin's comments came from a spirit of competitiveness and wanting to fight and show that my skills are better than your skills. Not to cause a racial divide. Not to say that dude probably hanging out with white folks right now. No, it ain't got nothing to do with that, fam. So I just don't think it was racist. And I don't think that propping yourself up should be the thing that causes division. You know what I mean? It all depends on where it comes from. It's the place where it comes from. Let's keep it pushing. I asked the question of where was the pandemic then? Because we had 80,000 people die from the flu, and there was no pandemic. So I asked, we only at the time we're at 29,000 deaths. Why was there no pandemic? And so I had my guy Art of War Paint come back and says the difference is there is a vaccine for the flu. Many people decide not to use it. Imagine the numbers if there were no vaccine. Also, the flu has a season when it's prevalent. Good comment. COVID is new with no vaccine or treatment. Y'all keep thinking it's a game. I work with the health department and have lost 2 coworkers to this already. Damn. Sorry to hear that, Art of War Paint. Nah, man, and I've spoke about that too. You got to take this thing extremely, extremely, extremely serious, man. And I'm glad you straightened that up because I was really when I first seen that statistic, I didn't know what to make of it. They said in 2018 that you had 80,000 deaths of the flu and over 900,000 hospitalizations. And most importantly, they said that these numbers have not been seen since 1976, and no one spoke on none of this last year. And that's why I was like, well, what the hell is really going on? You know what I'm saying? But it makes sense what you said. It makes sense what you said. If there was no vaccine for the flu, and from what someone else said to me, they say, hey man, we got 80,000 deaths without social distancing. If we would have had social distancing, say for the flu, those numbers would have been cut down too. But I still feel like that we should have been told about this. Like there should have been some sort of pandemic or something like, yo, be careful, 80,000 people just died from the flu. How many of these numbers that are dying now are actual flu numbers as opposed to COVID-19? I wonder. Been seeing some things. I don't want to go too much into conspiracy theories. Whenever you get a sickness, you got to get a vaccine, right? Whenever they do make that vaccine, whoever makes that vaccine, how much is that vaccine going to be worth? Riddle me that. Let's keep it pushing. Let's keep it pushing. Yeah, Bud says COVID is very real. I'm just getting over that crap. I could definitely see it taking someone out. Oh man, Bud, you had it, bro. Oh man, wishing you a speedy recovery, fam. Wishing you a speedy recovery, man. Speedy recovery to Bud Crawford, man. And I'm glad you beat it, and I'm glad you got that shit under control, fam. Real spill, man. This shit is real, man. Let's keep it pushing, though, fam. Lord Sweat for real. What's up, Lord Sweat? Real. Be more in the building. Salute, salute. Great video. The way I look at it, he said what he said. His father, and this is on about Devin Haney. Great video. The way I look at it, he said what he said. His father got his back, so fuck what they say. He's 21. Bill is not going to let them play with his son much. Respect and blessings to you, man. Be more fucking with it all day. DMV in the building. Yeah. And salute to Bill Haney for standing, for going out the very next day. And whether you agreed with his position or not, but letting it be known that I'm not hiding from this, letting it be known that I'm not running from this, and let it be known that he's actually leading by example in this case. You know what I mean? Because he's showing Dev, like, Dev, when you got issues like this lingering, you don't let this shit you don't run away from this shit. You don't just let this shit stay out there. You shut it down, you correct it, and you let it be known what your positions are, and then you go forward. And that's exactly what Bill did. Respect to Bill Haney, man. Respect to Bill Haney, man, and respect to Trill Boxing, man, for giving them that platform, man. Real spill, man. That platform is amazing, bruh. It's amazing. It's amazing. All right, when we talking boxing, Pac's power move. Renee Box Young, family. What's up, fam? My guy, man, you keeping it 100 though on Bud. Even though you down for him, that's real. Bud is amazing, but I am surprised that he said that he don't want smoke, though. Salute, man, all day. Yeah, that was you got Bud Crawford running around out here today saying that he does not want to face Errol Spence Jr. next because Errol Spence Jr. basically has a built-in excuse. And Errol Spence, if you beat him, he doesn't believe that he will get full credit. I disagree with Terrence Bud Crawford. And Terrence Bud Crawford needs to stop speaking in this fashion. You know what I'm saying? First off, like I told y'all before, if Danny Garcia beats Earl Spence Jr., you think Danny gonna give two shits about a car crash? What Danny is gonna do is pull quotes from Earl saying how he didn't want to tune up, saying how he wants to face the best, saying how he wants Manny Pacquiao, saying how he wants Danny Garcia, and he's gonna hold up Earl Spence quotes against the feeling of the fans and say, you tell me who was right and who was wrong. You think that Danny Garcia gonna care less about him being in a car crash when you asked for this fight? Hell no. Hell no. No way. And Bud, if Earl Spence Jr. reaches out and say, I am ready to fight, you take the fight. Why are we even having this conversation? You take the fight. Oh, man. I don't want Bud to come back to Earl because he won't get the credit. He won't get it. So let Earl do what he do and get a tune-up first and then come back. Well, you, fan, are putting words in Earl Spence Jr.'s mouth. Because that ain't what Earl said. That ain't what he said. Earl said he don't. Now, do I think he should have a tune-up? Yes. I'm well on record saying that. Should he come back to a tune-up? 100%. But you say you don't want to do it. You say you're so good. You're too good. You left unscathed pretty much. Couple little teeth, little scars, nothing major. You know? I'm going off the energy of Earl. So that's what he told me. So he says he want to come back to Danny or Manny. My position is if you can come back to Danny or Manny, you can come back to Bud. Man, you tripping. What are you talking about? He can come back to Bud. He can come back to Bud. Manny Pacquiao just recently defeated Keith one-time Thurman. He is a world champion. He is an elite level fighter. Okay? Danny Garcia, he may not be the best at welterweight, but he is an A-level fighter. A- maybe, you know what I'm saying? A- level fighter. Still top dog, one of the top dogs in the division. You can come back to one or two of the top dogs in the division, but you can't come back to Bud? And people say, I'm tripping? Then if that's the case, he should come back to a tune-up. If you can't come back to a tune-up, and if you want to pick elite level fights, if you want to come back to elite level competition, if that's what you want, then get the fans what they want. Get the fans what they want. The fans want Bud. That's what the fans want. You know what I mean? Fans want Bud. Yes, sir. J-Dog speaking in stupid chat. Much love to you, J-Dog. Much love. Showing all love, man, all day, man. Oh, man. So that's all we asking, man. And that position is not a complicated position. When boxing fans look into it, they say, man, you know, man, it's not right, man. He should be able to, he should come to a, you taking words out of Spence's mouth. Don't use Spence's words for one thing and then try not to use them for another thing. But if Spence want to come back to a tune-up, so be it, bro. You won't hear me complain one time. I think it's the right thing to do. But he says he doesn't want to do it. Let's keep on pushing. Salute to Tom the Bot. I want to give a hands up to Tom the Bot in the building. You know what I'm saying? Tom the Bot is in the building. All right, Sean Newton. Newton, what's up, man? On the video, Gary Russell Jr. puts 135 on notice. Sean says Gary can get a fight with Lomachenko easier than all of the others for sure, but he will need to beat someone at 135. Tank versus Gary should be the fight to make. Who will Tank fight after Leo Santa Cruz? He is a PBC guy, in-house all day. You know, the crazy part about that, Joe, is that Gary would actually get the fight with Lomachenko a hell of a lot more easy if Lomachenko wasn't a franchise champion. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is this, yeah, you know, I hope Gary makes it back to Loma. We all know that Gary's final wishes before his career is over is to face Vasil Lomachenko one last time. Now, the thing is, I made the video and I told folks that Devin Haney is in the way. Devin Haney is in the way. You know what I mean? Devin Haney is the current WBC champion. The WBC gave him his belt back. Gary Russell Jr., WBC champion at 126 pounds. If he comes to 35, he's going to want the WBC. He's going to want the WBC. He's going to be rated high in the WBC top 5 somewhere. And Devin Haney is going to be in the way. You know what I mean? And that's and I hate to say it so blunt like that, but it's just it. Vasyl Lomachenko was the WBC franchise champion, which means that Gary would have to go through Devin to get there. If Gary beat Devin, Loma will have epic pressure on him. If Devin beat Gary, Loma will have epic pressure on him. You know what? The more that I think about this, I hear Devin saying that Devin, he wants to go to 140. Maybe he should pump his brakes. And I'm being honest. This situation may work out very good for him. If Gary does make that trip up to 35, he's going to want that WBC. Haney, you may have a fight just literally fall in your lap, bro. You may have a fight literally fall in your lap. If Gary is serious and going to stick to his word and go to 35, he's going to want the WBC. I don't know if Haney can stay down there for 1 or 2 more fights, but if he can, he should definitely consider it. Y'all assuming that Loma is going to wash Teo. No, I'm not assuming that by far. I've been looking at Loma's last 2 performances. He hasn't been looking that stellar. Coronavirus is real. It's going to be real interesting to see what these aging fighters are going to look like after coronavirus. But no, man, I'm not counting Teo out of that fight. I do give the slight edge to Loma, given his skill set is a bit better. But and you know, the experience level of Lomachenko and everything that he just brings into the fight, I slightly favor him. But is it beyond the realm of possibility that Teofimo go in there and win that fight? Hell nah. Hell nah. You know what I mean? Hell nah. Let's see. Y'all been going in heavy on that coronavirus talk. Money Brown TV. My brother, May 9th, fight fans, May 9th, it's going down. Monty Brown TV versus Mainman and Fight Night Champion. We'll stream it here on YouTube. I like Carlos Monzon, Monty. I like Carlos Monzon. But Monty says Gary needs to stop acting like he scanned somebody. Y'all know Monty don't be rocking with Gary like that, man. Yo, man. Monty, hey, man. It ain't Gary scanning somebody, bro. He just letting it be known, like, look, man, y'all young boys get the fuck out the way. You know what I mean? Y'all ain't fighting. Tank don't know where he fighting Leo Santa Cruz. If it's at 30 or 35, they throwing shit in the game. Warrington going to face Can Who. And Shakur, yo, he's too young. He's too green to fight Gary, but he's good enough to fight Warrington. And Leo Santa Cruz, I don't know what the fuck going on with him. Bro, for you to say that no one's scared of Gary, it sure as hell seemed like it. All of this furniture arranging going on around this joint. All of the movement going on around. All of this, everybody is getting out of the way. But ain't nobody scared of Gary Russell. What about Warrington? Why didn't Warrington take the fight? He fighting Can Who? You know what I mean? Shakur fought Hoet. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you can't make this up, man. If no one is scared of Gary, why won't they take the chance? Jojo Diaz, salute to Jojo Diaz. Salute to King Tug. You know what I mean? Salute to Johnny Gonzalez. Fighters will actually had a pair of balls. These youngers nowadays, Tank, I don't know what Tank is doing, man. I don't even know what the hell Tank doing, to be honest with you. Is he going to fight at 130? Is he going to fight at 35? Are they going to do it at a catch weight? If they do it at a catch weight, you can't have a world title on the line. Which one we doing? He told my man, nobody's scared of Gary, but nobody want to fight him. Nobody. Only one that showed hot was Tevin Farmer. Salute to Tevin Farmer. Salute to Tevin. Salute to Tevin. And I'm wishing Tevin a speedy recovery. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Let's keep it pushing, man. Adrian the Problem Broner on Monty Brown TV has made man problems. Monty is in your head. He is stopping you in 3. And look, man, I was on Monty's live. I caught his live last night, and I heard what he said. Yeah, like, yeah, man, you think that jab to the stomach and that jab up top is going to work? Monty, I don't throw jabs to the stomach, Monty. I don't throw jabs to the stomach. I throw hard shots. I don't throw light shots. I throw hard shots. When I swing, it's with bad intentions every time. Always know that. No jabs to the stomach. May 9th is going down. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's keep it pushing. Deontay Wilder interview reaction. I didn't feel like myself. Muzza says that Boxing Ego is saying that Wilder said he had a bicep injury. Wilder did say that. Wilder said he had some sort of bite. He got injured in the fight or injured his bicep. So if you wondered if that's something that Boxing Ego may have just like made up, no, that's well known. And he's a pretty usually a pretty factual guy. So that's a fact. Deontay Wilder said that he hurt his bicep. Whatever, man. You know what I mean? Monsters of Classic Rock said on the Tom the Bot is a Hustler video. Tom is a marketing genius. I fell for that stupidity. Got him. You know what I'm saying? One born every minute. Yeah, man. We already broke down what Tom the Bot is, what he does. YouTube got mad at me about that. Tom the Bot got mad at me about that, needless to say. And, you know, him and his little homies, Tom, Team, Tim, Toom, all of them, the Bot family. You know what I mean? Watch out for them, fight fans. All right, let's keep it pushing. DGO, salute to DGO. Fury is still living rent-free in Wilder's mind now more than ever. I think Wilder's just reflecting. You know, the only thing is he's showing his reflection to the public. Let your reflection happen behind closed doors. You know what I mean? He don't have to come out and explain nothing to us. He don't have to come out and explain nothing to his core fan base. He don't have to explain anything. All we want him to do is forget about it and move forward. You know what I'm saying? That's all we want him to do. I don't want Wilder to go into these over explanations. I don't want him to be getting all trivial with it and getting all, you know, I just want him to leave it as what it is and move forward. A redemption story is much bigger when people perceive you as the underdog. Let them do that. You know what I mean? Let them do that. That's fine. Because when you beat this man, your victory gonna be twice as sweeter. So let them do it. All Wilder got to do is go back, like I said, reflect behind closed doors, gather a game plan. Now, the one thing that we did speak on that does concern me is this full trainer talk. I'm not down for a full trainer. I've never seen a full trainer camp. Now, Wilder says he wants to bring in 2 more trainers. Don't know how that's gonna work. Just don't know. I don't know if this is a shot once again at JD's and Mark Breland because he already has to. I don't know if this is a shot at them. I don't know if he's going to have 4. I don't know. But all I do know is, like I told y'all, man, that's a lot of hands in your pocket come around payday. And most importantly, that's a lot of instruction. That's a little overkill, in my opinion. So unless he brings in 2 and he's going to get rid of 2, I just think that's way too many trainers. There's way too many trainers. Dark Vader says there's nothing else to say, Deontay. Let them hands talk all day. So let me see what y'all talking about. Miss Boxer say Tom the Bot need to go somewhere. Tom the Bot be everywhere, man. Tom the Bot is fucking omnipresent. You know what I'm saying? Real spill. Little sweat up in here. Yeah. Bud Crawford say, so why they saying that Spence supposedly is going to fight this Mayweather fighter? What's up with that? I seen that, man. What's that? I don't even really know much about this dude, man. I don't know. I mean, I've seen people speak on it, but I've also seen people that are close to Earl say this is all crap. You know, they'll settle it in sparring or something of that nature, man. Haven't seen anything official on it. We don't know. We don't know. We can speculate all day. Like I said earlier, we heard Earl say he doesn't want to tune up. Those PBC suits are going to pick Earl's route for him. If they're going to give Earl a tune up, it's going to be up to them. Earl ain't gonna have no say so in that. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? I don't know what's like I told y'all, if it's going to be an elite fighter, I'd rather see the Bud fight. That's just me. It's the biggest fight in boxing. I'm sick of Murray Nation. Murray Nation ain't working. You know what I mean? I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of everybody becoming businessmen. You know what I mean? I'm sick of everybody when just 4 years ago, we were all anti-business. Now everybody is so pro-business. You know what I mean? I'm just sick of it. You know what I mean? I just want to see the best fight the best. Stop this Murray Nation crap. You know what I mean? For real. On the Deontay Wilder interview video, Lost D Punch Out TV says, great video, bro. Best thing Wilder can do is go away from the cameras, buckle down, and train hard. Come back and KO Fury in 3 rounds. That's what I think Wilder will do, my good brother. All day, fam. That is a great comment. That's exactly what he should do. Just buckle down, stay away from the cameras, get next to a lot of inspiration, whatever inspires them, whether it be the water, whether it be a painting, whether it be your kids, whether it be whatever inspires you. Stay around that, bro. Stay positive and just come back retooled and ready to go. That's it. We don't got to hear nothing more from you, bro. We don't have to hear nothing more from you. All right, on the video, Earl Spence says he is going to stop Crawford. Exclusive Sports Talk says Spence is going to lose convincingly to Bud. And the Spence fans will be totally butthurt. Yeah, man, it's just going to be a good fight. You know, a lot of people have this thing they're saying now that Bud has dog in him and it's going to be his downfall. I can't say. After watching that Porter fight with Earl, there wasn't much separation there, man. And Earl showed me some things or two. You know, we're still learning. And believe it or not, man. We are, and I know this may sound kind of funny about a unified champion, but believe it or not, we actually still learning little things about Earl. You know what I mean? There's still things that honestly we are still. After we watched the Kell Brook fight, you walked away with one impression. Then after you watched the Lamont Peterson fight and you saw utter domination, you walked away with one impression. Did you see the little Mike fight? Utter domination from a boxing standpoint. Then you learn a little more. And then you see the Sean Porter fight. Earl being pushed back when the action's brought to him. You saw a different Earl in that case too. We're still learning. So what version do we get against Bud? A fighter that can fight all of those styles. He can come aggressive. He can box. Which version are we going to get? I've seen now different versions of him. We've got a better grasp on what Earl Spence Jr. really is in boxing. What level, what skill. He's definitely cut from the elite cloth. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And most importantly, I do perceive him right now as the number 1 welterweight, without a doubt. But we've seen him in situations now. And to say that Bud will wash Spence or Spence will wash Bud, right now, bro, and I don't know if I've ever said this on wax. Right now, man, it's a 50-50 fight. It's a 50-50 fight. To my Bud fam out there, I know y'all probably wasn't expecting, but it's a 50-50 fight, in my opinion. And we'll break that down. I've never broke the fight down. I've never talked about in-ring styles with these two. Never. We've never got to that point. I've never. What are the tools that Bud should bring against Earl? What are the tools that Earl should bring against Bud? I've never even discussed it. That's crazy. Monty Brown says on Monty Brown TV, Mainman has Mainman problems. Monty says, oh, it's war. All I hear is Monty is a monster. What am I going to do? Okay, it's okay. You're a monster. All right, monster. We coming smack for you, monster. Carlos Monzon. And don't be trying to come back and like, yeah, I'm gonna pick Bishop, the dude Bishop, who's rated like 95 on this shit. Carlos Monzon is my guy. Rated 89 in the game. Carlos Monzon, Monty. Now you can go run on there and get Sugar Ray Robinson. Run around and go and get, somebody that's rated 100. Go get him. I'm going with Carlos Monzon. Rated 89, and I'm going to knock your ass out in the 6th round. 6th round, Carlos Monzon. Screenshot this shit, because when I win, I will revisit this moment all day. Yeah, man. Yeah. Stephen Gannon on the Tom Nabata's a Hustler video. Next live video will be from the boot of Tom's car. Eminem stand style. Man, Tom probably is some dude sitting in his basement, some big fat dude, Dan Rayfield looking dude sitting in his basement with about 100 computer screens around him, just hitting them all at one time and shit, with about 4 cups of coffee in front of him and shit. That is Tom the Bot. He is everywhere. Omnipresent. You know what I mean? Uh, Tom Nabata's a hustler. Tim Johnson left a comment. He says, "Yo, man, I just got my channel off the ground, and he be showing love to everybody. I feel you though. Great video, man. Yeah, man. So I'm glad to educate a lot of people about Tom Nabat, man. Man, real talk. All of y'all got, man. Hey, Miss Boxer says she reported his ass. Salute, Miss Boxer. Salute. I know that's right. All right, let's see. Now, on does Andy Ruiz have to earn a Joshua trilogy? Light lit up, family. What's up, family? I'm not interested in a third fight. I think that Joshua and Wilder will still be a good one. More interested in that fight than the Fury and Wilder trilogy. Wow, that is a rare opinion. That is a rare rare opinion. Yeah, I know that's right. That is a rare opinion. And look, man, you seem like to be one of those fight fans like lit up that even if a fighter acquires a loss, you don't totally just like wipe them off the planet. You know what I mean? Like I got a lot of my comments here earlier. We talked about earlier. Everyone's like, "Oh, Wilder's done. America's done. If Wilder's the only hope," you're going off one night. You can't take a man with a perfect record who has one small one blemish. You know what I mean? And say he's just done. You seem like a person that really just want to see the best fight the best. So a real boxing fan, and I don't mean to be cracking on nobody, so don't want to take it to no kind of way. But a real boxing fan will say even if Wilder loses, I still want to see him go and face this guy, that guy, that guy, because it's a sport and it doesn't stop with a loss. So salute to you, light lit up. I still be interested in the Joshua versus Wilder fight too, even with the losses to Fury. Even if Wilder emerged from the Fury trilogy unsuccessful, that doesn't mean I still want to stop seeing him operate on the top level. So salute to you for that comment. Real spill, man. Real spill. Let's keep it pushing. Oh no. Should I read this? Why did I do this fucking video? You know what I mean? Keith Thurman issues Crawford. Well, hold on. Issues Crawford a coronavirus call out. I had to go in on my man Keith, man. Doesn't really matter. Comes back and says, Keith, full of shit time, man. Keith, full of shit time Thurman knows Spence already said F Keith. He is not on my radar, period. Yeah, so that's why he's saying that Keith is basically coming out talking because he knows that Earl Spence Jr. is not checking for him no more. And look, man, Keith gotta understand something, man. I don't even know how to say this. Keith, gotta understand. Look, we here for you, Keith. That's all I'm gonna say. You gotta be here for us. We here for you, bro. We down to support you. We down to hype you up and get back into the trenches for you, but you gotta show us something, homie. You got to show us something. Salute to the homie Lewis Coleman. Lewis Coleman, you're a huge fan of Keith Thurman. And I know you feeling like me. He got to show us something. You can't lose your total hunger for the fight game. And we around here ragging on all of these fighters. Man, imagine me in a debate with somebody, man, that's very pro Earl Spence, and I bring up Keith. You know what I mean? I'm like, Keith, you gotta help us out, bro. And I don't want to dump totally on Keith as of yet, man. But Keith, I just seen that recent interview, man. Total letdown, total inauthentic, total fake. I didn't feel the lines raw. Just didn't feel it. I didn't feel it. I felt it was a coronavirus call out. You know what I mean? And damn, it hurts to say that, bro. I want my boy Keith back on the mountaintop, man. I want my boy Keith back, and I think he can do it, but it would take him to be hungry. Is he going to ever get that hunger back, fight fans? Let me know. Bud Crawford says, I believe Keith would fight Bud. Keith check chasing that pay-per-view life went to his head all day. I agree. Keith is refusing to do anything less. He's got a small taste of that pay-per-view money. He ain't gonna do nothing less. You already hear Danny Garcia. And that's why Danny Garcia, I think, wants this Earl Spence fight so much. He's told everybody that I've been promised a pay-per-view fight. So this is the one. They all want that pay-per-view money. I think the one thing that Al Heyman promised all of them top guys at 147 is you all will get a slice of pay-per-view money. He's gotten Sean pay-per-view money when people say that Sean shouldn't even been on pay-per-view, but he found Sean some pay-per-view money. Earl's been on pay-per-view. We know Manny's been on pay-per-view. Broner's been on pay-per-view. The only one left is Danny. Danny has to get on pay-per-view. Keith been on pay-per-view, and he doesn't want to go back. You got to give. That's one thing you got to give Al Heyman credit for, man. Go back a couple years ago, and these fighters were not pay-per-view level fighters. They wasn't. He made them that. He pushed the line to that. You know what I mean? He's used the likes of, say, like a Floyd Mayweather and the popularity that he entails, and he used that popularity to his advantage. And I think he's doing the same thing with Earl Spence. I think he's raising Earl Spence as that next one that we can revolve the brand around. We can revolve the brand around, keep him popular to bring everybody else up. You know, that's what I think. And you gotta give Al Heyman credit for that, bro. Like, how the fuck do you put Sean Porter on pay-per-view? Sean Porter, you know what I mean? Like, Earl was just telling him he couldn't fill a family dinner, but he was on pay-per-view. If that would have been Bob Arum, you think Bob Arum would have put Sean Porter on pay-per-view? You think Bob Arum would have put Keith Thurman on pay-per-view? Hell to the nah, you know what I mean? So I got to give Al Heyman credit for that. He maneuvered his brand into a way where he got his guys some pay-per-view money. Now the problem is they don't want to go back. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Harold Trim says, yo, man, when the chicken come home to roost, they look like Keith, sometimes Thurman. He needs to get one of the up-and-coming lions first, like Boots Ennis, to earn a spot. He lost his last fight, so he should work his way back up to the top. Instead of him talking, he needs to get on the IBF or the WBO ranking. I'm sure another injury will happen before he fights anybody. Be well, Harold Trump. I can't argue with you, bruh. If this was a year ago, I'd be ripping you to shreds with that, man. You know what I mean? I got nothing. All I want to see is Keith get back, bro. I don't care what the ranking. I don't care if it's the IBF, the WBO, WBA, WB. I don't care. I just want to see Keith back. And I want to see the roar. I want to see the lion. I want to see the hunger. And not just sitting around, oh, where's the next opportunity for a check? Oh, I can get a check right here. Well, maybe if I say something about this, I can get a check right here. And then as soon as all this is over, start next year, oh, Keith Thurman is on my get back year 2.0. Man, miss me with that, man. Miss me with that, Keith. Let's go. Mike Rhymes says, that's a dangerous fight for Crawford. He's talking about Keith Thurman. Because of his chin, Keith can crack and box all day. Now, that's what I say, fight fans. We can't even talk about the fights because we got to talk about so much crap involved. When you actually boil it down to an actual fight between Keith and Bud, that's a hell of a fight, man. If you got the best of each man coming into a fight, that is a beautiful fight. Styles, I don't know, man. The movement of Keith Thurman, you know what I mean? If he's still committing like he normally commits, the movement of Keith Thurman, the boxing IQ of Keith Thurman versus the boxing IQ of a Terrence Bud Crawford, chess match galore. Galore. Those are the fights we need to be getting, man. It'll be a tough fight, I think, for both men, man. I think we're looking at a split decision between Keith Thurman and Terrence Crawford. We're looking at a split decision, without a doubt. I think if Bud versus Earl, and I'm not going to tell you who, one way or the other, I think we get a UD. Bud versus Keith, I think we get a split decision. Bud versus Sean, we get a UD. One way or the other. Bud versus Danny, we get a UD. Maybe an MD, majority decision. We getting a UD or an MD. I ain't going to say which way. I'll let y'all figure that out. But out of all of them, I truly believe that the only one, and maybe I need to rethink this, that will give Bud a split decision out of all of them, one way or the other, will be Keith. Am I wrong there, fight fans? Am I wrong? Lord Sweat says I agree. Okay. All right. Well, just tell me if I'm wrong. I just think that the only one that gives Bud a split decision on that side of the tracks is Keith, and that's just my opinion. I think whether you agree Earl wins or loses, it's going to be in a UD. Do I think anybody gets stopped in all of these fights? No. No stoppages. No stoppages. Ha! But speaking of the homie, Lewis Coleman, he says on that same video, one time wants that smoke. Told Crawford to send the contract while Earl is in the corner hiding from Bud. You know, one time want that contract all of a sudden. You know what I mean? All of a sudden. Yeah, all right. Well, one time ain't won it when he was unified champion. One time said that they never showed him no respect. They came to him with crap offers. They didn't respect him for who he was. He never got that sort of respect from Bob Arum. Now all of a sudden, one time wants it so much, man. Man, I tell you. And it's just like the Bud situation. It don't change with me with Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford has called out, you know, for everybody that backs Crawford's position of not wanting to fight Earl Spence Jr. now, remember something. Terrence Crawford called out Earl Spence Jr. Earl Spence Jr.'s car crash was in January, right? I think it was January or December or January. Crawford has been calling Earl out week after week after week after week after week since. Don't give me that he didn't, main man, because I'm a reactionary video maker. When I see the fighters come out with a position is when I usually cut a video. And every time Bud would come out and say something against Spence, more than likely we talking about it. It was always coming from Bud's side for the most part. All the way up until last week. Then Bud says, you know what? I have an epiphany. I don't want to fight him now. And all of us who have been arguing all the way up until this point that we want to see it. Oh, yeah, what's up, Spence? You don't want it. PBC don't want to do it. Blah, 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 blah. Now, all of us, like, we supposed to just stop, cease, and desist. And say, oh, well, forget about all of these last few months of what he's been saying. Now, today, he doesn't want it. That's how we supposed to talk about this. I'm not going for that shit. No, I'm not going to sit here and beat the drum months upon months upon months for Bud and say, yo, we want that fight. We need that fight. They duck in and then all of a sudden say, stop. Fuck no. If Earl come back to Danny or Manny, Bud, you better keep banging your foot on the ground for that fight. I'm sorry. No, don't work like that, bro. You can't just turn the off switch off. Oh, because I don't want him now. I ain't gonna get no credit. You gonna get credit. You gonna get credit. You gonna get full credit. You gonna get if you feel like you ain't gonna get credit now, then you ain't gonna never get credit. You ain't gonna never get credit. Rob Rook Davis in the building. Good morning. Good morning, family. You ain't gonna never get credit if you ain't gonna get credit now. You think that a year from now they're gonna get? Well, he had a car crash 2 years ago, and you know it affected his pinky toe, and he couldn't move laterally the way he normally moves because his pinky toe was off. You know, Danny has a 6 pinky toe, so his lateral movement was way much more better. Man, they're gonna give excuses anyway. So stop it. You know what I mean? Swim team. On the video, Canelo Alvarez refuses to fight Mexican fighters. Swim team says fight fans will be losing their shit if a black fighter refused to fight other black fighters. People who claim racism, white supremacy isn't a part of boxing are smooth-brained numbskulls who deserves to be mocked perpetually. Damn, you know what I'm saying? Perpetually. Yeah, man. If like I told y'all before, if Floyd Mayweather, if Tank Davis, no, I don't want to use a younger fighter. If Bernard Hopkins came out and said, I'm not facing Roy Jones. James Toney, I'm not facing Roy Jones. Floyd Mayweather, I'm not facing Zab Judah. How would this look, fight fans? Canelo Alvarez says he's not fighting no other Mexican fighters. All I'm simply saying is, do I think that Canelo is saying this out of being a racist? No. Like, y'all throw that word around too lightly, too loosely. But what I do think that Canelo is having is extreme pride in his Mexican heritage, which is totally fine. Which is totally fine. You know what I mean? And he didn't say anything to degrade nobody. He is just telling y'all, I'd rather protect my own heritage. I'd rather protect my own culture. But then when others say that, it's totally wrong. When, you know, love it or hate it, when Wilder is out here putting African American issues on the forefront, everybody want to attack him. He's divisive. When he's just uplifting his own culture, he is divisive. He's this, he's that. But when Canelo Alvarez can uplift his own culture, not so much as get a peep from it, not so much as a simple call from Mauricio Suleiman, like Mauricio Suleiman had to call young Devin Haney. Not even so much as a call. Ain't nothing wrong with it, fight fans. But don't get mad when others do it. Is the point. You know what I mean? If the man want to uplift his Mexican heritage and say that I love my Mexican family and I want to see more Mexican stars and I want to see them rise through the ranks, I don't want to stop their ascension, or I want more Mexican, so fucking be it. Why is he wrong? Why? Because he uplifting his people? All I'm saying is, it's not a good position in box. If a certain fight presents itself, he's got to take it. I don't think Jaime Munguia feels nearly the same as Canelo Alvarez feels. You know what I mean? I don't think a Virgil Ortiz or a Ryan Garcia will feel any way that Canelo feels here. You know, if Jaime Munguia got an opportunity in a year or so to face Canelo Alvarez, I think he takes it. And I'm looking at the words of Jaime Munguia. Jaime is like, I may not be ready to take it today, but there's gonna come a day that I am gonna take that fight. He ain't talking like Canelo, oh, I don't want to face Canelo because he's Mexican. No. He's saying that, yo, there's gonna come a day, not today, but there's gonna come a day where I'm going to want to come at Canelo Alvarez, because guess what? You the king. You the king. And everybody wants the throne. You know? So that's all I'm saying. If you want to be that way, be that way. But don't get mad when everybody else do it. Let's keep it pushing. Low Blow Champ on that same video. Yeah, Canelo is weaving his way around certain matchups. And Munguia has yet to fight anybody. If he ain't ready now, he never will be. And that's what we were just talking about. Munguia just says he's not ready yet. And but one day he will be. And he's never said that he will never face Canelo. He just said not today. Or should I say his handler said not today. Hey, B-Marsh Boxing, salute, fam. Because Mexican fighters can have clenbuterol in their system, and the WBC gives an exception to Mexican fighters on the meat. So Canoli doesn't want to risk fighting a Mexican who may be juiced up like he's juiced up. Good point. Good point, but I don't think that's it. But good point. You don't want to go up against another dude that's just as hawked up as his ass is. Yeah, man, the WBC, for those who don't know, they compromised their drug testing protocols, and they are allowing certain levels now of clenbuterol. They are allowing certain levels of clenbuterol right after this Canelo scandal had broke out. Facts. Son of God in the building. Salute, bro. I hope Wilder puts Fury to sleep all day. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's just gonna happen. It's gonna happen. You dig? My homie right here, Mainman, big fan. Canelo is already the best amigo out there. Why would he fight a Mexican? In fact, Canelo is the best pound for pound living right now since Floyd retired. Hope I see Canelo versus Floyd too. Shit will be very close. Salute to the fam right there, man. All day. Canelo, you know me, bro. I got Bud as #1 pound for pound. Why would he fight another Mexican? Because another Mexican may be challenging him, or another Mexican may be on his level. I also think that may be a little bit counterproductive for what DAZN want to do. DAZN is highly invested into the Mexican fan base. They're highly invested. If you take, for example, Canelo fought Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., right, in Mexico. Everybody knew that Canelo was going to destroy Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. He took that shit for the check. You know what I'm saying? How is it okay that he fought Chavez and Angulo down to fight Cotto, but now all of a sudden his stance is just straight up changed? I just don't like it, fam. I just don't like it, man. It just I don't know. Maybe because I've never heard something like this in boxing. I just don't like it, bro. Why would he fight another Mexican? Because they're gonna challenge him. Simple. I mean, if another Mexican fighter, which I'm sure there's hundreds of them out there that would love to face Canelo Alvarez, yeah, he should fight him. But of course, they got to be on his level. And then right now, I can't think of another Mexican fighter. Benavidez, aside from Benavidez, maybe, but that's too high up for Canelo. I think they already came out and skunked the Benavidez fight, by the way. Canelo's team has already came out and said they're not looking at Benavidez and who else was there? Benavidez, it was somebody else, but they're not looking, man. Canelo ain't looking at taking no real smoke, man. He ain't facing Benavidez, he ain't facing Bivol. He ain't getting in there with the real smoke. I would prefer to see the Callum Smith fight over the Billy Joe Saunders fight. That's just me, you know what I mean? But he ain't taking no real smoke. Hey, to my UK brethren, I hear Carl Froch. Hey, Carl Froch would have got his ass whooped by Joe Calzaghe. Let it be known. Carl Froch would have got his ass whooped by Joe Calzaghe. I seen Carl Froch running around here calling out Joe Calzaghe, trying to get Calzaghe to come back out. Calzaghe, let it be known, I was much faster than Froch. I would have beat him on speed. And I agree. I think he would have punished Froch, and we can have that debate. On We Talking Boxing, random boxing topics, Shaq says Gary Russell Jr. has held the WBC featherweight title for 5 years, but only fought 5 times. That's 1 fight a year, which makes Billy Joe Saunders seems active, for fuck's sakes. The only difference, though, Shaq, is that Billy Joe Saunders had smoke. Billy Joe Saunders had plenty of smoke that he could have fought and fighters that were down to fight him, as opposed to Gary Russell Jr. No one wants to fight him. No one. But mandatories. Exactly, man. Come on, y'all see Froch out here talking. My thing is with that fight was Joe Calzaghe was a workhorse, man. Like, this man was a man that throw 1,000 punches, and he had very, very good footwork. His lateral movement was superb. The angles that he would punch you from and overwhelm you with punches, it was beautiful. You know what I mean? He had a beautiful, beautiful style. As for Carl Froch, pot shot artist to me, his biggest claim to fame is getting stronger as the fight progresses. You know what I mean? Well, guess what, man? Now, don't get me wrong. He does get strong. And the one thing that always impressed me with Carl Froch has been pace. His pace. He stays at a steady pace throughout the entire fight. Carl Froch don't get rattled. Carl Froch never gets worried. Carl Froch never gets too excited. He just stays there. He don't kick it up in gear. He don't kick it down in gear. He just stays there. And that consistency would get Froch through fight. So while the other fighter is depleting himself and just straight up, going down round after round, Froch is just right there at that steady pace. And I think that steady pace would have gotten him beat by Joe Calzaghe. You know what I mean? He would have got him beat. Joe Calzaghe would have, I think, overwhelmed him with punches. I think he would have took enough early rounds. I think Froch's success would have came in the later rounds of that fight, but I would have had Joe Calzaghe beating him by unanimous decision, at least 8-4. Froch is very tough with the great right hand, not very athletic at all. Not athletic at all. Just stand there, just like I said, no pace, just a simple pace. Stand there, he reacts off you, and as the fight starts to go on, he starts to take those one big hitter quitters. boom, throwing them one shots at you, boom, just steadily coming at you consistently. And it wears his opponents down. But Kawasaki wasn't going for that, bro. Lawrence Williams, my brother, is in the building. What's up, family? What's up with you, man? We up early, enjoying a good cup, just talking this boxing-ish, man. You already know. You know what I'm saying? But Joe Kawasaki, man, a lot of respect for the dude. And I'm glad that Joe Kawasaki just kind of brushed him off like, get the hell out of here, bro. I'm an all-time great, man. You're talking to an all-time great up in this joint. You're talking to a first ballot Hall of Famer. For you, though, Carl Froch, we got to think about it. You lost to Mikhail Kessler. You lost to Kessler. And you got the nerve to mention my name? Are you insane? You know what I mean? That's how Joe Kawasaki should be looking at Carl Froch. Real spill. You know what I mean? Real spill. How long we been going? For 1 hour and 9 minutes, fight fans. It's about time to wrap this up. Let's do a couple more and we out. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Charlo versus Andre makes your head hurt on that video. MC Treasure, what's up with you? Bro, you my guy, but you making excuses for the PBC here. The picture is very clear. The offer is on the table for the Charlo to face Andre. One fight on the zone for a big bag. PBC won't let Charlo. That's why he was super mad in that drunk outburst video. And I seen that video. Mad at Eddie and Andre for exposing him for not being his own boss. A lot of the PBC guys have contracts where Al got to make the final decision. So does the zone. Where Al has to make the final decision on any fights that they take. So if he says no, they ain't got a choice but fight Brandon Adams. Yo, bro. I'm not giving PBC an out. I told y'all, man, I at this point, I have no more lanes to give Jamal Charlo when it comes to this DAZN situation. My whole thing from the beginning was one fight deal, a shot at the titles, a nice payday, no small print that says we have options like they did with Mikey Garcia. No small print. Let that man walk out the door, go back to where he come from. A one-off, one-fight deal. If that happens, Jamal Charlo has no excuses. Since then, Eddie Hearn came out and said, yo, that's exactly what we want to do. Allegedly. He tells us that. But for some reason, now, the only thing that is starting to be a little bit concerning, and fight fans, let's just keep it 100 here. You should look at this and say something does seem a little fishy. Why is Eddie keep trying to contact Jamal? All right, stop trying. I seen that little IG shit that they just did with him on the heavy bag and all that. It's like, to me, Eddie, are you trying to recruit this man, or are you trying to expose him in a sort of way? Eddie was on that IG. Oh, are you your? I thought you told me you were your own boss, and I thought you did. You know the situation, Eddie. You know it. You know what the whole makeup is. Al Heyman, PBC, he's the advisor / manager. Everything has to go through Al. PBC has to sign off. You know exactly what the freaking process is. But you refuse to go through that process. You keep attempting to expose Charlo on social media. Now, at first, it was fun for shits and giggles. Like, oh, man, look at Eddie, man. He let it be known. But now we at this point where we got you, bro. We got it. He can't move unless PBC tell him to move. So why aren't you calling PBC? Every time I see Charlo on social media, it's contact Al. Why aren't you contacting Al? Or does Al not want to answer the phone? I don't know. But every time I see these two interacting, it's always on social media. And the point I'm making is, if Eddie wants to get Charlo over there, and like I said, I'm not giving Charlo no lanes, but at least go through the right channels. Stop trying to be slick. Stop trying to cut corners. Stop trying to, here's a $10 million offer on fucking Twitter. It's the same crap that Bob Arum pulled with Angel Garcia. You know, I don't talk much about it, but we always say, well, they offered Danny, the 3 million, which is technically true. They did. But they didn't do that shit through like no formal paperwork and, oh, let's get it notarized, let's get this on paper, let's sign this, let's put something in the escrow account, let's do this. They didn't do all that. Bob Arum literally contacted Angel Garcia through social media and presented that offer. So I don't be knowing how serious these offers be on social media, man. And all I'm saying is, yeah, Jamal Charlo right now, it ain't looking good. But to me, from what and Eddie Hearn even said this on the IG, like, you living damn good though. Like he was a little shocked, like Charlo really living. Like Jamal Charlo ain't broke. You know what I mean? Neither of the Charlo twins are broke. Shit, Jamel opened up his own gym, living out in Cali. You know what I'm saying? Chilling. They not broke. And Eddie Hearn seemed to be a bit surprised by that. Like, oh, even though, you're getting paid big money not to fight nobody, huh? See, little slick shit like that. How are you expecting to recruit someone? How are you expecting to make a deal with somebody and you cracking on them in the same damn interview? You know what I mean? Now, Charlo, they talking Eubanks. They talking maybe a Korobov rematch. They talking Deryevchenko. I can't give Charlo no lanes on this, man. I don't know. PBC got to take the leash off, bro. That's all I can say. Maybe they're just trying to save him and his prestige. I think it also has a lot to do with PBC's deal with Showtime and the fact that they took off a lot of fighters off of the Showtime network and they put them on Fox and they took Wilder off amongst others. And they left Showtime with pretty much just Charlo and Tank for the most part. You know what I mean? Like top name fighters. And maybe that has a lot to do with it. Maybe that PBC doesn't want to ruin their situation with Showtime too much by shooting Charlo over to the zone for the biggest fight of his career. It just wouldn't be a good thing for PBC. It wouldn't be good business for PBC. You know what I mean? So maybe that's what is going on. As for Charlo, he shouldn't give two shits about that. You know what I mean? All right, on the video, Claressa Shields to Layla Ali. I want 50-50. Dark Vader says, never sell yourself out. Claressa, hold your ground. Layla definitely deserves respect. But a 70-30? Nah. Renegotiate and make it happen. Y'all know that Layla Ali has, according to Claressa Shields, Layla Ali has asked for a 70-30 split. And, according to Doc Vader, he don't think that that's the right thing to do. Now, 70-30 is a little extreme for me. I like Layla. I love Layla. I know she's a great. She sports the name Ali. But 70-30, Layla, I mean, come on. Do you want this or not? Technically, Layla, you got to understand something too, darling. This is the biggest fight of your career too, as far as from a financial standpoint. And what I think you did, you created something that's very, very possibly profitable. I don't know if you'll get the number that she's asking for, 10 million. I mean, you got male popular fighters that don't even get that kind of money, but I don't know. I don't know. But 70-30 is way too much, man. Layla, I don't think this is going to happen. According to Claressa Shields, I've seen a recent interview. She says if nothing is signed by the end of this year, every time she's asked about Layla Ali, she's just going to say next question. Smart girl. I agree with you, girl. Go on with your career and do not let Layla Ali define who the fuck you are. No, don't do it. And don't let her keep clout chasing off you either. Matter of fact, you should cut it off earlier than that. Don't wait till no end of the year. Nah, maybe she need that time to train. If you see writing on the wall like she's in camp, like she's getting back in shape, maybe she's doing some sparring, then, keep it going. But if I was Claressa, to be honest with you, I did this after the next month or so. If ain't nothing materializing in another month, I did it. I just like, it's done. It's over. Look forward to brackets. Give all them the, I don't know, whoever else girls that you want to fight out there, but leave Layla alone. Because at that point, she's now profiting off you. She has books and everything else she's doing. You keep speaking on her name. And you ain't doing nothing but helping her at that time. So I cut it off after a month. I covered off after a month. If she ain't signed nothing in a month, she ain't signed a promissory note, she ain't gave you a verbal agreement, nothing in a month, fuck it. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. Because she don't want no smoke. Let's see. Carl Brown says on the video, Earl Spence says that he is going to stop Crawford. Carl Brown says, I think the time away and delusions of grandeur have taken their toll on EJ. I doubt he really thinks he will wash Bud. If he does, he has underestimated what Crawford will bring, and that may cost him all day. Let me heart you up with that one, bro. All day. Yeah. I don't think he's just saying that for banter. I think it's just for talk, for us to go back and forth about it. I don't think he really thinks he's going to stop Bud. I mean, like I asked the question in the video and y'all gave me hell. I should go to that video and go to some of them comments. Y'all gave me hell on that video. I say, how the hell is Earl going to stop Bud when he couldn't even stop Lil Mike? You know what I mean? And of course, Spence Nation came and devoured me. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But I just asked a simple question. How he gonna stop? He's talking about he gonna stop Bud, but he ain't stop Lil Mike. You know what I mean? And I'm like, y'all, oh man, what you talking about, man? You know what it was. You know he could have did it. I got you. I'm not saying he couldn't have. I'm not saying that. I'm saying he didn't. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying he didn't stop Porter. You know? But he gonna stop Bud. You dig? I think y'all be thinking Bud's sweet out here, man. That's what I think. I think y'all be thinking Bud's sweet. All right, y'all. Let me see, man. Perfect comment. Tears Frank. On that same particular video. He says that your logic is flawed, bruh. In that case, he didn't drop Mikey, but he dropped Porter. So what that mean? He can definitely stop Crawford. No, it don't, Tears Frank. No, it don't. No, it don't, family. No, it don't. Because Adrian Bronner dropped Sean Porter. So that supposed to mean since Adrian Bronner dropped Sean Porter, that, you know, and so is Adrian Bronner going to punish Bud? Hell no. No, Tears Frank. No, sir. Just because Crawford, just because Earl dropped Porter doesn't mean he punishes Bud, bro. Like, what? No, my logic is flawed. Nah, fam. Nah. We ain't going for that. We ain't going for that one. But Crawford says that Eddie doesn't know if they are constantly saying they're their own boss. Al is supposedly a manager and not a promoter. He's a manager / advisor, cannot be a promoter due to the Muhammad Ali Act. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Eddie don't know shit. Eddie is just trying to fish. They clearly got him locked out. That's why he cannot contact the other side. That's why I say, why is he not reaching out to Al? Clearly, for some reason, the door is locked on that right now because Eddie ain't reaching out to them. And whenever I see Eddie constantly reaching out to Charlo like this on social media, the door is closed. The door is closed, and Eddie knows it. And so Eddie doesn't know what's going on with Charlo. That's why he's so shocked that Charlo is living so large. He has no idea what's going on with Charlo. He like, damn, bro, you getting paid like that? Damn, I'm offering you money. I'm thinking I'm offering you big money. You already got that. Yeah, you might got to up that number, bro. You might got to up that number. And I know if Charlo beats Eubank, which won't do much for him here, it would do a lot for him in the UK. I don't know. Maybe the calls get louder. I don't know. Orlando Finney, my brother, he says that Andrade and Charlo need each other in order to solidify each other's legacy. And if they can't see that, then they can both fight into oblivion all day. They definitely need each other more than ever right now, man. More than ever. And like I said, man, though I give Charlo no lanes at all, and I don't think at this point Charlo is looking like a one that doesn't want to fight. I will say this, and this is what people may say I'm being a little too soft on PBC, but I will say this, and I've told y'all on many of videos, I do not trust Demetrius Andrade. I just don't trust him. Demetrius Andrade antics in the past has just been too much for me. He's pulled out of fights. He's called for fights that he's never approached. He's never, we've seen him literally in a fight with the Charlo before. We've seen him ready to go, date, venue, ready to go with a Charlo, and he pulled out. You know what I mean? This is the same guy we're talking about. This is the same guy that we talked about that called Gennady Golovkin, that I believe that was the lead recruiter of Gennady Golovkin. And then now the Gennady Golovkin is right there in Matchroom. Demetrius Andrade is barely talking about Gennady Golovkin. You know, I don't. I like Andre, and I do think he's a very, very good talent. And yes, Jamal Charlo and Andre need each other. And yes, Charlo has no reason not to take that fight. But let's not act like we talking about the most trustworthy person in the world. And I'm just being honest. And y'all got to look at that and take that for what it is. Andre in the past has played many a games. He's backed out of fights with Gennady Golovkin in the past. Remember this? Gennady Golovkin was ready to fight. Demetrius Andre, he called out Andre. Andre said he needed more time to build muscle for the weight class. He didn't feel like he had enough muscle for 160 at the time. Andre be full of shit, man. You know what I mean? So I like him. And I do want to see the fight. But Andre throws a lot of crap in the game. And I don't know which way to stand on it sometimes with him. A lot of you UK fans are new to him. We've been rolling with Andre for years over here. We've been knowing about him before y'all was bigging him up. Before he was a DAZN fighter. When he was over here on Showtime and HBO. Ducking fights. So all of a sudden today, I'm supposed to believe that Demetrius Andre is a newfound dude. When I've seen him duck Charlo, I've seen him duck Golovkin. He could have been for Billy Joe Saunders. I've seen him pull out of a fight with the younger Charlo or the smaller Charlo. So, yes, Jamal Charlo, you are looking a little iffy on this. But at the end of the day, we know who you're dealing with. And y'all don't be liking that position. I know. Y'all don't be liking that position, but it is what it is. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Y'all keep trusting Andre like his word is so freaking law. Vincent Roof says, on that same Charlo versus Andre video, Mainman, Ronnie Shields is out here making Charlo look bad, saying Andre ain't a nobody. Charlo need to make that fight. No excuse. Andre is making him look bad. Well, you know, Ronnie Shields he's an old school trainer, man. Ronnie Shields ain't down for a lot of the he's seen a lot of the politics being played. He probably tired of it, man. You know, he knows. I mean, I don't believe that Charlo will be like out dominated by some Andre. I don't know what Ronnie Shields is saying out here, saying that Andre ain't Andre is not a nobody though, fam. That's not really making a Charlo look bad. Andre is not a nobody. Andre is a damn good fighter. And if you talk to a lot of these fighters that have sparred Demetrius Andre in the past, you will hear the gem tales of Demetrius Andre. Demetrius Andre's reputation around boxing is very, very rooted. It's deep. It's not like, yo, we clown Andre and a lot of people who really don't know much about him and they sit back and he's this guy from Rhode Island, he's a weirdo, he's this, he's that. But I've heard many of fighters say that this dude inside the ring is a beast. This dude inside the ring has schooled, behind closed doors, has schooled a lot of fighters from what I've been told. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, last one. Willie Boy slip and move. Main man, if Charlo was offered a one-fight deal on DAZN against Andre and didn't want to or wasn't allowed to, why he not offering Andre a contract to fight on Charlo's side? So frustrating. Yeah, man. I agree, bro. And you know what, bro? That may just honestly be the answer, Willie Boy. At the end of the day, that's all it is. It's not the fighters, you know, it's the suits. And the same game that DAZN is running, it's the same game that PBC is running. Top Rank is running. Everybody wants things to happen on their watch, unless they want the other guy to pay for them. Now, in PBC's case, I think they would love to have, say, an Andre coming on over. Now, Eddie Hearn has let it be known that he is down to do that. Now, he says he's down to do that too. Eddie Hearn is just like on top of everything. Every time they come out with a position, oh, we'll do it. You'll send DAZN on over. I mean, you'll send Andre over to Showtime for one fight. If that is the compromise, then so be it. Yeah, I'm like you though, bro. It's still frustrating. They probably won't do it. DAZN don't want to send Andre, and Showtime don't want to send Charlo. That's why the title of the video was "This Situation Just Makes Your Head Hurt." And that's the only way that I can sum it up, man. That is the only way that I can sum up that situation. It is the most dumb. It is the most ignorant situation, and one of the most ignorant situations in boxing. You got two willing fighters, but the suits can't get on the same page to make it happen. Whatever the fuck, bro. Whatever the fuck. Look here, fight fans. I'm gonna get on up out of here, man. Much love to y'all, man. Main Man Mailbag. We have done these things in the past. Normally, when I do these though, I usually have the comments on the screen. So the next time we do that, we'll do it that way. This was kind of random, and just went out to get some morning coffee, and it turned into a Main Man Mailbag video. You know what I mean? So much love to you all. Y'all stay clean. Y'all stay healthy out there. I will be coming back this week, full force, videos daily and the whole nine. I took a week off. I had to reflect. You should be doing the same thing too, man. You know what I mean? Spend some time with your family. Talk for a minute. You know what I mean? You know, just this is a good time, man. This is a time where you won't get again. This is a time for you to sit your ass down. For everybody that's having their financial concerns, I pray for you, and I hope that all works out. You know what I mean? And I may even do a video or two on how to get some money. You know what I mean? If for anybody who's interested, there are ways to get money right now, and it ain't hurting nobody or nothing like that. So maybe we'll talk about it. I don't know. But much love for y'all. Thumbs up on the way out if you did not hit it on the way in. And yeah, we're going to do that. May 9th, Monty Brown versus Mainman on Fight Night Champion. It's going down. Thumbs up for me, man. Much love to you all. Keep your families safe. You stay safe. And most importantly, you know what I'm saying? Stay rocking with the homie, Mainman. Much love to you all. And until the next one, I am.